nice boom map to start off with, as Jackal is going to be the first ban coming out from the side of Trust. Now, that's actually a big one, as Jackal could be quite useful right here. And they are starting on the defense once again. Trust Gaming, that is.
Oh, and
Supremacy
actually
going in for a Monty ban.
Which is an interesting one, as we now do see the defensive ban coming in from Supremacy. And what would that be? It will be more logical than we've ever imagined. It will be the Mira, but what would you say would be the last ban? Would it be something like an Echo, or would it be
it's
something
going to be Echo
different?
or Maestro, most likely.
But they're starting on the defensive side, so what would you play as a mind game? Because, well, you know how to approach that a bit better, as you've been the runner-up for the Battlelix League many times, just like Trust Gaming.
Yeah. No, it would only make sense for them to go for Maestro. Just play that, as Avage is literally Maestro main.
A god amongst men.
People always seem to counterban, and now Supremacy is going to leave that open. And that will most likely mean that Avage is going to go on the Maestro. Indeed, is going to be happening. Aviator Games will be the first bomb site that will be defended by Trust Gaming. Yep. As we are seeing a Blackbeard coming in on the side of Supremacy, is actually going to be quite a viable pick, I assume.
Yeah, well, the Blackbeard is something we haven't seen too often for a long time, but I'm happy to see him back again, especially Zyronic will be as well, with of course his beautiful beard which matches Blackbeard's own. Now it is time for the prep phase, where Supremacy will drone out a little bit, and of course no mirror windows to worry about, so no switch pickup either. Let's see if the Ashe and Sophia can maybe bring in some tempo and pick off Trust Gaming early on.
No, that could of course be the case. Not actually sure how it will go. I think Supremacy just wants to wait it out for that first round, try and read Trust Gaming on how they play, what the momentum of the match will be. Look at the reinforcement right there into that statue room. It's going to be a very neat thing. Will most likely indicate that Trust, as Deepak and Quadzi are holding off this area, are going to be defending this to make sure that Supremacy gets little room to work with. And will basically force them to attack from outside, and it's quite hard to get into the building if you do so. In the meantime, Alive and Poseidon are gonna get ready right here to try and take control of the master bedroom. And the closet right there.
Yeah, Quadzi moving around now, being droned out by 2 drones, able to destroy 1, but Alive will also try to chime in. Is a bit too late though, as he was playing passively from outside, but still enough pressure coming in from Supremacy. Alive also now moving up and might actually sneak around Quadzi, as Deepak is the man to cover him off, but so far, no action just yet.
Yeah, no action just yet, but look at that barbed wire, it's right there, so as soon as he wants to go for it, is going to be given away. In the meantime, KSX has moved in right there. Poseidon is going to get ready as well. Just the, well, 3 members of the side of Poseidon are going to be trying to take this master bedroom and get control from there. And Quadzi goes aggressive, gets taken out, but Poseidon couldn't get the frag somehow on KSX. And X-Cowers are going to get deployed right now, and that means that some angles will be opened up to try and challenge Deepak and Quadzi as Deepak rotates out.
Over-aggression right there from Quadzi, trying to go for a proper peek, but unfortunately it was covered off by Poseidon. The new pickup for Supremacy, as we're now waiting for the no action to start. Tactis is now droning, standing by close. It might actually happen from KSX earlier on, as Deepak has now fallen back. It's a bit on the roaming side with that Jaeger, but it seems like Supremacy has slowed down. Alive is the man to constantly put some pressure on the map, and Tactis actually gets down to Vash. Another over-aggressive peak from Trust Gaming, losing another player, meaning this defense will be very hard to hold.
Yeah, most definitely. Leonski is now in between 2 members right here, playing on those stairs, hoping that he can pick up 1 or 2, holding off 90. Does he know that that one is on his right side?
But Deepak actually has the angle onto Just, I do believe, as Leonski might actually be peeked out by Poseidon. He knows what might be up, as Meads now goes down to Tactis peek coming in. Leonski taking him down, but KSX is ready to pick that diffuser right back up, and Just finishes off the round with the kill onto Deepak. Trust Gaming loses the first defensive round, despite you saying that it might be defense favored.
Yeah, really well read right here from Supremacy, just taking control of what they need. Blackbeard working out quite fine, just destroying the Maestro of Avich. because that shield protects you from those headshots. Now, it's going to be up to Trust Gaming to see if they are going to swap things up or if they're going to play it differently. They are going trophy though, so that means that they are definitely swapping things up. Not the same bomb site, which is a good thing in my opinion.
Yes, and now the castle is also being traded out for Trust Gaming in favor of the Legion onto Deepak. The same operators for the other guys, just swapping them around a little bit. And let's hope they will be able to hold it off a little bit better right now. Would you say Quatsi went over aggressive, or was it a understandable choice what he did there?
I think he went too aggressive right there. They knew one was in already. They knew that possibly two were in. Now you have a Valkyrie, right? So why not use one of those Valkyrie cameras in there if you're gonna hold it off anyway, to try and get some information whether or not the guys are actually playing there? Because right now he went in blind and got punished for it. And at that point you're just putting your team at a disadvantage, and you don't really want that in the first round.
Well, it looked like he knew where KSX was, but unfortunately he did not have vision for the outside where Poseidon was holding off that window. We're just hovering around. And that meant Supremacy was able to hold it off, just playing like a unit. But actually, an interesting move is that they usually let Alive run in solo, and then the rest slowly follows in, gets more pressure down, hoping that Trust Gaming will eventually make a wrong move, which they have done twice already in the past round, meaning there were more openings for Supremacy to take advantage of.
Most definitely so, and Trust Gaming again holding off on the other side of the map, trying to limit the amount of space Supremacy gets. Tactis instantly gets popped up by Gumine, so we'll be pulling that out before jumping back in, and now Deepak will have the information. One of those players is going to be into that closet, moving into the master bedroom.
And they're again moving like a unit. Meads is standing by with the smoke pretty aggressively as well, as more Gumines are being destroyed, and Deepak is actually going in for a fight, maybe against Tactis, but that shield might actually help out for the Blackbeard. Drone now coming on. Deepak is now stuck, holding the angle, will try to fire, gets the frag onto Tactis. Loses half his life, but unfortunately he loses his smoke as well, as Meads goes down to Just, brings it back to a 4-on-4.
Yeah, he's got shot down from below, has just used his impact nades to create a little bit of an opening there, allowing Hibana to open up safely as soon as she pleases to. But he will be found first, actually finds the kill on a fight instead of getting taken out. Quatsi takes down Alive, refrag coming in, but in the meantime, Termite is going to be opening up that wall, as we are entering a 3-on-3 stage right here. Quatsi returns to site, but they do not have much control to work with. No one is actually in the A bomb site, and it's open for anybody to get it. As KSX is trying to peek out on Deepak right here, with Deepak rotates back. Just trying to stall out as much time as possible. With 1 minute left on the clock, Supremacy needs to make a move very soon. They know that. They need to come in within the next 30 seconds, because else they are just going to be outwaiting them, doing whatever they need to do, as KSX is just getting some information right here together with Just. They know exactly where Quatsi is. Most likely impacts will be coming down, or just a pre-fire to try and take down Quatsi.
Quatsi standing by, hoping he can get that peek on with the things also coming in favor of Trust Gaming. It is a 3-on-3, time is ticking out. It is now Just taking on that peek from Quatsi, taking more damage onto his opponent. As the C4 is now being prepped and ready, but it's not deep enough, and Quatsi now almost loses his life as well. It is in favor of Supremacy, now moving in, trying to plant on that A bomb side, which actually will work out. Nobody in position from Trust Gaming, no smoke on Meads again. And of course the C4 also missing because it was not deep enough. Leonski now takes on Just his Deepak, and Leonski both with kills as well. Planter went down, but also the team of Supremacy making it 1-1 once again.
Yeah, great hold off here from Trust Gaming, just holding off till the very last second, forcing Supremacy to move in. And at that moment they tried to go for the retake right there. See Deepak just instantly taking down Termite after the diffuser was planted. As we are 1-1, still tied up, but that means Trust Gaming has to go back to another bomb site right now. They're actually going to choose to go dining kitchen instead of the aviator room, as that horribly went wrong for them last time they went there. So they might want to use it as a last resort.
Yeah, but the weird thing was that it wasn't their base defense making it going wrong. It was just their over-peaking, maybe overconfidence, misreading their opponents. But still, if this is the way they want to approach it, sure, it has worked out in the second round, so that at least gives some confidence. As of course they also now bring in the Vigil on Quatsi, a decent roamer, which makes it even better if you can go into those cellars and ruin the day of your opponents. Or just sit on the upper floor.
Well, the issue with Quadzi is he's a really good player, but when he goes too aggressive, he's just going to put his team at a disadvantage right there. And he just needs to find a little balance in between going too aggressive and actually going for the right moment to flank or go aggressive. Because he's just aggressive all the time, and people are reading that perfectly.
Yeah, well, against lower teams, that actually works out. If you have the aim Quadzi has, Pengu is also a big fan of his aim, especially when he was playing on the Ash. But, well, against teams like Supremacy, who have played in the Pro League, you can't really do that too often, because then it turns into a mistake instead of a possibility to get frags.
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to see Blackbeard going from above, Alive going from below. Will most likely use one of his breaching rounds to open up a vertical angle anytime soon. Push them out of their position. Maybe even rush towards the side. Not too sure what their actual plan is, as they are right now just trying to take control, using utility, trying to get rid of utility on the side of Trust Gaming. And this one is an easy one. That wall can just so easily be taken out right there. With Hibana pellets, for example.
Oh, but Deepak is now going for the fight against Tactis again. Wins it again. This time, though, no death taken for Supremacy. Also, Meats has fallen back. Last time around, he stuck to this wall pretty long. And again, he walks back as Alive takes down Quadzi. He's the vigil of the board. And no damage dealt by him whatsoever.
Yeah.
Meaning Supremacy now is in the advantage. The Hibana might actually come in soon to destroy this wall. But it's actually Poseidon on the Thermite. Meaning this might be the biggest problem Trust Gaming has to face just yet.
Now, of course, the bomb site is below, so they will have to go for that smoke canister. Gets Bob Alive. Look at him, he's already so far in. As Deepak is just trying to hold off right here. He has no clue one is in there.
But Leonski is also stuck by the position of the Ash as well. More shots coming out. More
double!
Oh! Avage with the double kill with the C4. Alive has one refrag though on towards the smoke. Again, the staller for Trust Gaming has been taken off the board, but Leonski gets another frag with that pulse. And that means it's all in favor of Trust Gaming. Only Tactis alive with just a sliver of HP as Deepak takes down KSX. The diffuser has been dropped. Tactis is moving in. They know exactly where he is. And Deepak wants to finish things off. But it's Leonski with the C4, bringing the advantage for Trust Gaming. 2-1 in their favor.
I was about to say, like, they're stalling quite long now, and they need to go downstairs. But, like, at that moment, that beautiful C4 from Avage came in to just take them out right there. Just put Supremacy on the back foot. And, like, that disorganizes your team as well. So that was a really good timing, because basically made them panic. They had no clue what to do whatsoever.
No, it's like then they walked in one by one and Trust Gaming was already set up pretty decently. If they were able to use some utility to get Leonski out of position, they would have had another opening frag. But I think they were over-focusing on the intel they got from the drones, meaning they stacked up and then it was like Avage, well, I know from Leonski that there are players there and some other things we know. So we're just gonna throw that C4, see what it brings us, and boom, 2 kills. Then Leonski has the movement to move around again, get another frag for himself, and then the rest of the team also knows exactly where the remaining players are, meaning that 2-1 was a inevitable outcome. Trust Gaming now goes to another bomb site.
Back to the Aviator.
They didn't really do too well on the first round, but this time they have not picked that castle, but have that Legion once again.
Yeah, and we see again 2 operators playing the C4. Leonski on the Pulse, Quadzi on the Valkyrie this time. So this could indicate another C4 play coming out, especially with the Pulse, which has that heartbeat scanner, can just find out where they're coming from and get Quadzi to throw the C4 for him, so they have it real time. Meantime, Juz is taking control of the office room, or the meeting room as you like to call it.
Yeah, no pressure there from Trust Gaming. Of course, those holes making it a little bit easier to defend with possibly an impact nade, maybe a smoke canister from Meats. As also flashes are already being thrown in. Supremacy is trying to push from a different position from the master bedroom, whilst Tactis and Juz are just biding their time, waiting for the rest of the team to put on more pressure so they can actually make a move here and split attack.
And that's exactly what they're doing right here. 3 people from the side of Supremacy are going to be moving in from the northern side of the building. And will be moving into 90 anytime soon right now. And Deepak is the man to defend that. Trying to hold off. Leonski actually gets the C4 kill onto Just. The Sophia is going to be gone. And that means that utility, big utility has been taken off the board already. It's going to be even harder now to open up the walls that they need to open up because they cannot Sophia stun that. So there's a good pick right there from Trust Gaming as Leonski's just walking around with a C4, it looks like.
It's a little bug because he already got the kill with his one. And talking about the utility that they are missing from Supremacy, Trust Gaming has been using theirs amazingly after that first round. That one we can just put away. It wasn't their best round. Let's just forget it. But so far they've just done an immaculate job getting those kills in. And the C4s are working their magic. Alive is now trying to create some angles, destroying some Maestro camps in the process. But Deepak is standing by waiting to get that engagement. But he loses his life. There's nobody there to help him. Leonski and Quatsi will now team up with that Pulse and that Valkyrie, meaning that it will be back to the advantage of Trust Gaming. Yet they don't have a lot of players on side though. So maybe if Supremacy would blitz in, that might actually work. Question mark.
Well, they have Smoke still. Smoke is going to be able to stall. Quatsi is going to get taken out right here by Tactis. Actually, Tactis doesn't finish up the kill. He doesn't know he downed him, and Quatsi will be able to be held back up right here by his teammate if anybody will be clear to do so. More time will be wasted as Tactis is going to try and hunt out that kill on Quatsi. Actually manages to just not do that. Alive takes down Leonski back on a 3-on-3, effectively 3-on-2. Poseidon is going to get ready to plant that diffuser. No one is going to be there to counter that as Tactis takes on a fight as well. Again, this bomb site doesn't seem to work. Meads is the last hope for Trust Gaming. Gets taken out as well by Alive from the back. And that means that even though they had such a good start with those 2 C4 kills, just the trying to rotate back in was read perfectly by Supremacy. And afterwards, they were able to just take them down one by one.
Yeah, would you say this bomb site is very keen on having the players on side, or was this roaming setup Trust Gaming used actually viable?
Yes, but like you need someone to take control of the master bedroom as well. You cannot give them the entire north section of the building. It's gonna basically rip you apart because they will be coming from 90. Now if Deepak was gonna be able to hold off of 90, he was going to be able to just, you know, win that round out for them, because that would have basically denied him the entire, what's it called, entrance from where they came in from. Now that didn't happen, and that meant that basically Supremacy came into the position where they were to actually get the plant and to get 2 more kills. So they all relied on the gunfight at Deepak, which was lost right there against Alive.
Unfortunate for Trust Gaming, but now we actually see Supremacy also learning from what's been going on. The C4s for Trust Gaming has worked out really well, of course also being helped with that pulse. And maybe to see where he is, they picked up the IQ onto Tactis instead of that Blackbeard, which hasn't had too much impact so far, often losing the fight against Deepak right here in the bathroom. So maybe this is the change they need. Maybe it's the change that actually helps them to spot out more utility and more players of Trust Gaming.
Yeah, the really big impact in the first round. The second and third, not too much. Now, took down Quatsi in the fourth and actually Meads as well. But I just said, you want more. You want to have that Blackbeard. You want that Blackbeard to have impact every single round. Only had that the first and the fourth. Didn't have any impact on this one. In the meantime, Jess is just going to get droned in right here. Taking control of the bottom floor. Alive is out there as well. Deepak is going to get spotted out anytime soon, as he's going to throw out some more of his goo mines on the stairs to try and hold off astronomy. Make sure they will not just be running up the stairs as he is holding off bathroom, as that is a very crucial part of this defense. Leonski and Quatsi once again holding off this time on the south side of the building. Having some reinforcements ready as well, some barbed wire. Trying to possibly bait them out, thinking it's on that side. Now, they know that won't work. As Tactis is just looking around right here, trying to find out if there's any gadgets deployed somewhere, if there's goo mines, stuff like that. Doesn't seem to be able to find him way too well.
Well, he knows there's an ADS just behind that wall. Unfortunately, he can't do much about it. As Meats is, of course, standing by on the smoke once again. I have to admit, he has died quite often early on. But of course, it is a very difficult position to hold, especially if that wall is being blown out. Now, more vertical play coming in as Alive again on the hash. He's trying to annoy Deepak, but he isn't too phased about that one. That position is, of course, a very dangerous one that can be pre-aimed pretty well by Supremacy, and thus he does not play there.
Has to watch out, though, because right now he's moving up the stairs. Tactis is ready. Deepak picks up one. Tactis won't be there to get in that refrag, and in the meantime, he will be falling back. So once again, the entry goes to Trust Gaming. But right now, Poseidon is going to be able to open up on that main wall right there. As we still see this little show-off right here. Gumai's being thrown in right there to try and distract him. Now he is going to go in for the peek right there, but Tactis isn't buying it. Meantime, Deepak is falling back. They know time is on their side, not on the side of Supremacy. They need to move in, just does so. Takes down Quadzi. Brings it back to a 4-4. Leonski is right here, though, to take down the bathroom. 2 kills coming in from both Leonski and Meats. Meats goes down. Leonski almost is securing that one. 3-on-2 effectively. Deepak is taking some damage right there. Actually falls. Leonski will be there to pick that one up in return. It's all going to be up to Just once again. Gets picked up by a Vige eventually, and that means that Trust Gaming are going to be 3-on-2. And taking the lead to potentially extend that as well.
Yeah, Tactis was actually focusing on behind the desk where, unfortunately for him, a player was spotted, but then actually moved out instantly.
Yep.
And that meant Trust Gaming didn't have a 2-man setup there anymore. They didn't need to because Leonski is on fire so far. 8 kills on 2 deaths.
Normally he doesn't show up that much.
He's the in-game leader as well.
Yeah, so it's pretty huge for him. And Mees had such a big impact on the actual qualifiers. Now he has experience playing CL, playing for T3H last season. This doesn't seem to come out too well as of yet. Now, of course, it's something that we know about Trust Gaming. The smoke seems to die the first.
Yeah, it's
9
their
out
usual
of 10
tactic.
times. It's their usual tactic. It always happens to them. Not sure why. I thought it was fixed in the Challenger League qualifiers, but it seems to be getting back.
Well,
in
it might also depend on the map. If you look at the position Meats is playing,
it's a very rough one. It's the first breach point, basically.
Yeah, and he has or at least help from only one side. The rest of the team is either roaming or focusing on the completely different entry points. And he doesn't really have the utility to stop players like a Thermite to open up that wall. When it goes, and he doesn't really know where to fall back onto. And in the earlier rounds, Quadzi might have been over-peeking every now and then, meaning that the other positions he is vulnerable from also are opened up.
Yeah, definitely just some doors being closed right here to try and slow down Supremacy as they will be moving in because time management is quite poorly right now. Vige will be knowing that they are coming in from the laundry room. Drone is almost going to get taken out right here as there is a reinforcement on that wall.
Oh,
first canister already getting popped by Mees. That's quite fast.
Well, if you know the smoke dies first, then of course you're going to throw out the smoke canister.
Of course you're going to be throwing out the smoke. Actually, Tactis gets tagged quite some bit. Might be to try and stall out an actual push as Deepak gets the first one onto Just. That's once again the Sophia gone. Less of utility to work with. Now, this top floor is really important because there's a hatch right there in the master bedroom, as PK just showed us, which is quite crucial. It gives you a line of sight into the entry point that they wanted to go for first. In the meantime, Tactis is just trying to take out some basic camps right there with the IQ scanner. Deepak gets another one onto KSX. Beautifully played right there. Got 2 already from this master bedroom window.
But I'm confused by Supremacy. They know he was playing right there. And they lose another player, including the diffuser. As now Tactis goes down to Leonski. Poseidon picks up the diffuser, but the problem is Deepak is still around there. They don't know how to get in. They only have 2 players left. And most of their important utility has gone to waste. It is Meats now also roaming a bit with that smoke, trying to go a bit more aggressive. It's Poseidon going somewhere else, and Alive actually going on the hunt for Deepak, but he finds Quadzi, takes him down, brings it back to a 4-on-2. Meaning Trust Gaming still has the advantage, but has lost a little bit of it.
Yeah, now most likely we'll be grouping up to try and attack together, at least from different positions, so they will have a better chance. And I'm thinking that he's actually going to spot. Oh, 2 kills from Alive! Beautiful reflection or reaction, but just on the wrong guy. He's then going to get the knife onto Leonski. What's happening right here? As he is going to be on 25 HP right here, trying to move in right there. Knows that they are going to be on site. Gets taken down by Meats. Leonski seems to be not too happy about that, but what?
Well, he went for the knife. What do you want to do? Look at this. Oh, the
beautiful reaction.
It's amazing. So fast as well. So unfortunate for Supremacy right there. It was a good attempt. They had a good shot, especially with the knife onto Leonski. You have that mental advantage.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it is now 4-2. Trust Gaming win their first offensive round. Oh no, it wasn't the last defensive round. No, who am I kidding?
Last defensive
Just
round.
testing you. You almost fell for it, didn't you?
They just didn't win on Aviator Games. That didn't seem to be working out. In Supremacy, they're not even going to go for that one first. They're going to go to a bomb site we haven't seen before. We're going to the living room and library.
Now let's see if all those books will bring in some wisdom, as they're already creating some lovely holes to run through. And as little children, they're running around like crazy, destroying whatever they can in the process, drawing on the walls and hoping that Trust Gaming will run into their traps. We also see some interesting operators we haven't seen before so far. So of course the Capitão was also there for Leonski to fire and smoke things up.
Nomad actually going to see some play right here, of course, win out of the quarantine. So expected a high ban rate coming up right here, but Supremacy didn't even bother to use that. It's definitely going to be intriguing to see how that will work out.
How key will it be?
It's going to be the first competitive Nomad play that we are going to be witnessing right here.
Oh my god. I can't contain myself.
Ooh.
My palms are sweaty, mom spaghetti. Let's see if Trust Gaming will get this round and will actually get close to winning this map as well. It is Quadsy just putting in some pot shots so far. No damage being exchanged just yet, but well, at least the ammo is being used. As there are some pings on the players of Supremacy. There is a player close by to Deepak, and Deepak has insane aim. Gets a lot of damage done on towards the Legion. Steps into a mine, takes a few bullets as well, but still comes up on top. As now Just is standing by, low HP. The drone knows where he is, and he will most likely fall back to side soon.
You might think you might want to go for a reset right now, but that has been reworked. You only get back to 20 HP if you want to do so. So it's no longer a viable strategy to go with. As Trust Gaming has the HP advantage, but that's about it. 1 minute is gone off the clock. Basically, only top floor control of the actual bomb site has been gained, and that's quite huge actually. As there is only one player called Poseidon playing on the northern side. And look at these vertical angles being created right here by the side of Trust Gaming. They're just forcing them out of their positions right there, and that's actually good. It's going to be allowing them to move in whenever they need, knowing that they won't be on those positions because there's 2 people watching that. And anytime soon right now, we will see Trust Gaming try and get that one. Deepak gets the first onto Just, as the Legion going to be secured finally. And as well, by said player, Poseidon in the meantime trying to creep up right here to hopefully make an entry anytime soon, as Tactis is going to be trying to get this little angle hole right here.
Oh, but the smoke comes in, the pre-fire from Alive takes down Meat, meaning it's back to a 4-on-4, and Tactics will try to aim and fire whatever he can. So far though, it means Trust Gaming hasn't taken another death, but they might soon, as the angles are being held by Supremacy. Time is ticking down, so they have to move in sometime soon, with only 45 seconds left on the clock, and then Poseidon will actually take down Deepak, meaning the ashes off the board for Trust Gaming, and brings it into a 4-on-3 situation.
Now that we're unaware of this angle and someone actually being there right there, his life is going to get taken down to 25 HP. 3 people of Supremacy are so low now, and there's only 30 seconds left on the clock. 3-on-3 could potentially go very wrong for either of these sides. Supremacy has it all in hands right now, but they need to just take down whoever they need, and Live gets down another one before even being challenged right here. Tactis gets a fight as well. It's all going to be up to Quadsy right now. He needs to get a 1-on-4 in 10 seconds. I don't think it's going to happen. He's just holding off the vertical angles right here, and that means that Supremacy will be winning their first round, turning it into a 4v3.
And what slightly annoys me from Trust Gaming is 3 players from from Supremacy were relatively low, right? They still had 1 fragmate left, and they still had a firebolt on the Capitão. So there were chances to maybe flush out some players from Supremacy, make them scared, or at least do some damage from the long ranges, maybe the safe places. They didn't do that. They didn't know really where to go as the time was ticking out. Their players were losing their lives, just running in, not checking the angles they needed to, and going in 1 by 1 as well.
Yeah, definitely. So they need to work on that. And as I said, their defense is strong. It just depends on how strong they are on the attack, whether or not they are going to be taking this this series and this map. Being the first one to reach those 3 points in the Challenger League. Yeah,
well, we said 7-4, 7-5 seems like a reasonable score for Trust Gaming to win. But they need to step it up a little bit more. Their first offensive round, of course, is a hard one, as it is the favorite bomb site for Supremacy. But now they need to win it, or at least make a big dent into the defense. Not just do damage, but actually get those kills in. Because otherwise it will be a very tough story to get through.
Yeah, most definitely. Now they are going to Statue Room. which we saw. I think we saw Mees getting killed quite early on right there, so it's going to be the job to KSX there to not do that.
Look for Supremacy. They actually have the vertical play lined up at the master bedroom just to make sure that if there's utility being put up there, they at least know how to do it. But actually a spawn pick coming in from Alive takes down Deepak, meaning it's a 5-on-4, and Trust Gaming is already losing from the get-go, not respecting the pressure Supremacy could have. But Quatsi is trying to move in and get a frag back in return, and he's actually moving on closer to some players of Supremacy.
Yeah, big fragger right here taken out. In the meantime, Poseidon is roaming from below and has this possibility to throw in a C4. And Quatsi now finds the kill right there on the smoke. That's huge. Taking off that early. Opening up the site basically, and that means that they will be having to just deal with the player downstairs, allowing them to open up. Oh no, Alive is ready right there. They didn't drone that one out, and it's going to be up to Quatsi to try and refrag that one again. As he is going to be trying to get up some distraction right here. Just focus and shift off the attention right here. But Alive reads that perfectly well. Gets another frag. Is going to get repeat right here. Gets another one. 3 kills for Alive. Only needs to pick up a Vige.
And then he has the ace as well, I believe. If
yeah,
he takes out a Vage,
he
will have the ace. But the Vage is standing by and is not really too prone to dying right there. He will still walk alive on the Nomad, which always has an interesting scope, which I don't really like. But let's see if Vage can make it work. It is just also hoping to get that frag, but I would assume Alive to be screaming, give me the ace.
Give me ace. Give me Challenger League ace.
S'il vous plaît. It will be a great opener. Of course, they have relegated out of Pro League, but this is the moment to make them see that, well, you are a Pro League team, or at least an ex-Pro League team, ready to get back in it. It is Avage playing it slow. Maybe Just Gaming is using this time to actually talk things through, talk about what they want to do. Because, well, you can't just run in like a madman, lose the round, and go back to a new round. But then you don't have the time to talk about stuff.
There's no tactical timeouts, of course, so this is going to allow them to talk things through right here. As Avage is just carefully peeking out some stuff right there. As I believe Poseidon is ready with a C4. Just toss up as soon as he jumps in.
Give it to Alive. It would make me so happy. It would make him so happy. And I believe it is something he deserves, as it is now Poseidon with a good angle with that C4. If he knows, he will throw it. But so far, he hasn't chucked it just yet, and Avage has moved off. And just when he does blow it, he blows it out of the water. It is Avage still alive. 15 seconds left, and I believe Just Gaming has used his time to have a sort of tactical timeout. And let's see if that will actually help them out. The window is now being destroyed. One tap right there onto Alive, and he is now dead.
That's going to be the denial of the ace right there. Gets picked up by Just straight after. But yeah, no ace, just the 4K. As it just went really quick right here.
Yeah, but it's just Alive playing out the whole of Just Gaming. They were trying to mind game him, but look at that, just 3 kills for him. And of course the early peek onto Deepak as well, which was a spawn peek, which shouldn't really happen. But that also means that Alive is now on 14 frags.
With that moment, they should have waited. Quatsi should have waited with opening up and trying to pressure that until Capital was ready to get the crossfire. And at that moment, open it up, pick the other door. Capital is going to save you if they come from there.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they now went in 1 by 1. Something a lot of teams unfortunately do, but it's hard to coordinate, especially on bigger maps, bigger rotations, and well, this just showed that Just Gaming was not prepared for this defense of Alive. Again on the Legion, and now also having the Vigil on his side to help him out with a little bit of roaming. As it is now 4-4, Supremacy has brought it back. And let's see if they can take the lead right now.
Now, Just Gaming is not swapping up anything. They're staying on the same lineup. Of course, they got completely ripped apart by losing gunfights last round. Just basically from Alive. But they still have that Nomad, and we didn't really see it come into play. And I really want to see it come into play. Like, I want to know what it does, how it impacts these players, and if it will actually force off people of the rotate. And I don't think there's a better site to use Nomad on than this Aviator Gaming.
Well, let's see if Avage can make it work, as they're going for a master bedroom offense, it seems. And KSX and Just might be the guys to just hold it off. But Avage is also pressuring from the other position, just to see what he can do from the west side of the house. But Just is actually moving around, might actually have an angle on him sooner rather than later, as Deepak is going aggressive with that Ash having a little bit of support, but no opponent yet to find.
Trust Gaming deciding to go from the north side, get 90 control afterwards, and that's where Nomad comes into play. At that moment, no rotations will be possible anymore because of those air jabs. Will just be denying anybody trying to do anything. Deepak takes down KSX. That's a good start. It's going to be the Jaeger of the board, the one who was playing below Astronomy. That's definitely going to be helping them out insanely. In the meantime, still rotations being opened up right here, giving the members of Trust Gaming the opportunity to rotate freely, try and take whatever angle they please, as they are going on to the next conquest. They need to take the stairs, they need to take 90, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Drones are going to be coming in right here to try and find out if anybody's playing right there. Leonski calls out no one is going to be in 90. Now most likely someone will be proceeding to actually go that way. Grenade is going to be following that one up. In the meantime, Deepak is actually establishing that control, will be holding off the rotation, making sure that as soon as someone moves in, Means in the meantime taking down just 5-on-3 situation. Trust Gaming seems to be taking this one as well so far.
Yeah, they're playing it slow, and then when they get a kill, they move in a little bit faster. Alive is now standing by, seeing that little bit of utility as he's wanting to flank, but the player is standing up on top of the staircase, waiting for his flank. But Tactis actually takes on the flash, brings it back a little bit in favor of Supremacy, but then when he goes to reload, he goes low as well, goes down as well. And Quatsi with the skeleton key will take him out in the end. It's a 4-on-2. Deepak is coming for that flank as Quatsi is now holding off the diffuser, gets the frag onto Poseidon as well, is only the Legion alive from Alive to see what he can do in this 1v4.
He's going to be coming from the right side though, but gets air jabbed out, and now they know where he's coming from. Deepak picks up that frag, and that's where we see the air jab come to play, finally. Took down one before, wasn't aware of this one. Just fell right into Deepak's side right there. And that means we are currently 5-4.
In favor of Trust Gaming, and they look like they might actually lose the lead on this bomb side, but this time they were able to turn things around and have Deepak get those openers. If he hadn't, I don't think Trust Gaming would have had the round in the end, because that kill onto KSX brought so much pressure, so much room for him to work with.
But look at Alive though. Alive 14 kills total right now. He's doing so much work for Supremacy. Wasn't going to be able to clutch out that one before, but they are going to go back to the living room and library. Bomb site that they held off quite well last round. Trust Gaming needs to find another way to actually take this. And I think the key is to take down the castle barricade you see in the south side, because that allows you to take down Alive. If you take down Alive, you can just basically go in for a smoke plant.
Yeah, a lot of drones already destroyed for Trust Gaming, meaning they don't really have those positions to move on from. But of course, they still have more in the pockets to work with later, as the round will now start. Supremacy needs to bring it back right here, or else Trust Gaming will go to map point, and then your prediction and our prediction actually entirely could be right. Will it be so? We don't know, but at least Supremacy still has a fighting chance.
And most definitely not to forget, if Trust Gaming wins this round, they are going to be safe for at least a draw. There is no overtime in Challenger League or Pro League in the regular group stages. The regular season, so to say. And look at this, we're actually going to see a bottom floor take first on the side of Trust Gaming. And I want to know if they actually know if there's angles to be opened up right here for vertical play into the library.
Well, maybe they do, maybe they don't. You would say Quatsi would mainly focus on that one, especially with that shotgun. As Just is now roaming around, throwing out more goo mines as well. But so far, no damage being exchanged yet, but Alive gets a turn onto Deepak. Gets a drone as well. It's a 5-on-4. That couldn't have happened if Trust Gaming would have just had that frag. Supremacy would have been in a world of trouble, but unfortunately, the Ash of Trust Gaming has choked it up. And now they don't really know what's going on in Cellar. They might think that Alive is there, as Just is now moving around as well. It seems like Trust Gaming is just being outplayed on this map right now.
Deepak just totally choking, not even an excuse for that. Had to jump onto Alive. Alive had his back on him. Wasn't going to be able to get that frag, and Alive just with the beautiful flick right there, taking him down. Rotating all the way back up. Did his job. Will now be operating from a safe distance.
And is holding the angle, hoping a player of Trust Gaming will eventually walk into that hallway. But so far, nobody is doing just yet. Is Quatsi also destroying more angles to run through, as Just is also now going for that little rotate with the Legion. KSX is also helping him out. But so far, Just Gaming is slowing it down, hoping that with the intel they might actually bring it back. But then they have to get those frags in eventually. X-Kairos opening up a beautiful position to run through. Some more viewing angles to maybe pressure KSX, who is now between a rock and a hard place. Standing by, going for those fights as the Jaeger. But will he take out Meats as well?
Yeah, that's going to be the question right here. Actually, good angles are opened up right here from Trust Gaming. Alive gets another frag onto Quatsi. And that's bad news, definitely. As they are going to try and take the control right here. Trade kill coming out Alive. Gets killed by Leonski, just gets Meats. But that brings it to a 2-on-4. Actually, 2-on-3. As Avage takes down Just. It's going to be 20 seconds left for the side of Trust Gaming to try and make this happen. Fire arrows are going to be deployed right now. Will soon to be followed by smokes. But Poseidon is still in a good spot right here to take him out. Avage takes one more. 2-on-2. But Poseidon is on such a good spot to possibly rotate this through and get the flank in. As he will be able to possibly take this down last second. And indeed, Poseidon comes in with the flank. Takes down 2. And that means that is going to be 5-5.
And there he comes, just knows where they are roughly, and they are almost lined up. Supremacy brings it back. Just Gaming losing that one on a little bit of a choke from the beautiful blonde man of Trust Gaming. Unfortunately coming short, but they still have some room to work with. But it's also maybe the enabler for Supremacy to get that 6th round and actually get close to that map point, or at least that draw.
Yeah, most definitely. Either of these teams can just secure themselves right now if they win this one.
And we have no overtime. We know. Don't worry. PK is always so thoughtful of us. Like, he respects us, but then he throws in this just to make sure that we're not being silly. Because,
but we know.
Well, we've had our fair share of silly moments in the Benelux League.
we do have our fair share.
But we've grown past that. That's why we're now currently doing the Benelux League. And let's see what it will bring us. It's Supremacy now back to a 5-on-5, all squared up. And can they get that lead they've only had for 1 round? That was at the start of the map. But afterwards, Trust Gaming had been in the driver's seat. But it seems to be trembling and maybe choking a bit now.
Yeah, definitely so, as we are looking to attack Statuary again. Gonna be I would just want to see how Trust Gaming will be going onto this, whether or not they are going from the south side once again, or if they will be taking it from master bedroom.
Well, it seems like they're going from the south side with at least 4 players. The 5th one I haven't really spotted because my eyes aren't that great apparently. But it seems like they are quite keen on going from this position. Leonski already going a bit aggressive. And of course, Quatsi and Deepak are now standing by. Drones coming in, shots being fired. They know exactly where one player is, but that will mean a hastily retreat from Supremacy to take on better positions. As Deepak is getting closer, despite having a little choke earlier on, he still is one of the key fraggers for Trust Gaming, already having some great rounds so far, and he might actually bring this one to another great round as well.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely up to them, and Alive is doing such a great job at holding off for Supremacy. The question is, how long can he keep this one up, because he's playing the game of his life right now. He's just doing so much amazing stuff. Poseidon as well, just with that flank, possibly saved off that complete round lately, as Alive gets the first frag once again, takes down Quatsi. Is going to be an amazing one as they do take down the Berg. C4 takes down Deepak as well. That's a 3-on-5, and that's definitely going to be putting them in a good spot right here to be the first team to reach the save point. But of course, nothing is over yet. Trust Gaming still has an opportunity to come back. We saw it last round. They almost did it. They are going to be trying to do that once again, this time with 2 men less.
And time is ticking on. Only 1 minute left on the clock. And Trust Gaming has lost that Ash already. One of the key fraggers as Avage now takes down KSX. Meaning there is a chance, there is a dream, as all of the players of Trust Gaming are full HP. The problem is, so are the ones of Supremacy, though, until Meats goes in, gets 1 frag, loses one of his teammates. But still, the diffuser can be planted. Tactics is now going for a fight onto Leonski, loses it. Diffuser is not being planted out, and Alive has a double kill. The Supremacy going to 6 rounds already, and that means that they have that save point we've been talking about, at least have that draw in their favor. losing a little bit of the pressure and actually having the chance to get all of those points.
So close on that actual plant right there. Means there was like no time left before it got planted right there, and unfortunately they weren't going to be able to pick up that frag straight away, and that means that Trust Gaming is fighting for a draw right now. They're fighting for 1 point, as Supremacy retook the lead in the 1-2 last round of this matchup.
Actually, the mute coming in for the first time so far for Just, but we have to talk about our beloved Alive. Going for that KPR of at least 2.
He's going to do his best right here as we are reaching the final round. Will he be able to lead his team to victory with his amazing frags all night long?
Whenever he's alive and getting those frags, it seems like Supremacy has a very big chance of getting the rounds. If he is a bit quiet, if he dies early on, the problem is Trust Gaming usually brings it back as well.
Yeah.
So he's the make it or break it moment for his team. And if Deepak finds him this time, well, then might be a draw coming up. Trust Gaming still has that chance, still can go for the point. And getting a point against a formal ESL Pro League team isn't too bad either.
No, it's going to be a really good thing, actually, as that will mean that at least they didn't lose their first match, so that 1 point is going to make it different one way or the other. Might be the 1 point that you need to actually win the season later. You know, you never know what you need.
Or at least have your spot. Because the top 4 at least stays in, or at least the top, third and fourth stay in Challenger League, maybe the second one as well if they don't get through the relegation. So it's very important to get those points early on to at least get to that top 4. At least have a shot at staying at the Challenger League and maybe going that little step further into the Pro League. It would have been the dream story for Trust Gaming if they would have already had the 3 points in their first match here in the Challenger League. But now they are fighting for just that 1 point. 1 point to rule them all, but the C4 is coming in from Just maybe, as K6 is going to help him out with the pulse.
Yeah, C4 didn't hit right there. Second one will be hitting, taking down Quadzy right there. There's once again the buck removed off the map, as they are needing to attack the bottom floor actually. So the removal of the buck is such a huge frag right there. Means missing his trade frag. Alive is on 1 HP right here. Such a huge thing right there, and Deepak will then be taken down Just, so we are on a 4-4. Alive, basically 1 HP, needs to be, well, at utmost careful, because just a flash grenade bumping on his head would be killing him right here.
And maybe now with the new reset, it could actually maybe help him a little bit, but still it's too risky. Trust Gaming will most likely get into that action if they notice with a drone that that reset is coming in. So it's maybe a little bit too late for that. 1 minute 10 left on the clock, and Trust Gaming has bounced back pretty alright. They still need to get that diffuser down, or at least get those kills in. The Supremacy is still holding on, still having that smoke alive, and I don't think they have used the canister just yet.
No, I don't think so either. So their next task will be to take down the smoke and go from there. Now, basic camera was still up. That's kind of a rookie mistake right here, as Alive is receiving some fire at his end. Won't be taken out. Some holes being opened up everywhere. But with the lack of a buck or sledge due to Quadzy dying early on, they'll just lack a lot of vertical possibilities.
Yeah, we have to say that Trust Gaming has been taken out by those C4s many of times, especially the vertical ones, as now the attack is coming in. It is Alive, probably taking that first engagement together with his mates, as now the arrows, canisters, and whatever is being thrown out. 20 seconds left on the clock, so Trust Gaming has to get a move on. And so the stun nades and smokes will go in. The Claymore of a fire takes down Alive, and that is key. KSX, though, has a refrag. The problem is he won't stay alive for much longer, as now the frags are coming in. Avage with a double, bringing it into a 3-on-1, seeing the last player as well is Leonski, meaning we go to a 6-6 draw, meaning that Trust Gaming actually still gets 1 point off despite losing Quadzy early on in this round. They still know how to bounce back and actually win it.
Beautifully played right there, as it is GG, of course. Now, it seemed like the settings have been set wrong. There's no overtime. It's 6-6. We are in a draw.